All new at 10, the Minnesota State Legislature will once again meet for its annual legislative session tomorrow. Everything from frontline worker pay to the legalization of marijuana is set to be debated among lawmakers. KIMT News 3's Alex Lasham spoke with DFL Senate District 26 and the Republicans of Olmsted County about what they would like to see done by lawmakers and joins me live in the studio. Alec.
Arguably the biggest white elephant in the room for this upcoming session will be how to spend a state surplus of $7.7 billion.
We're talking $10 billion of money that actually came out of the pockets of Minnesotans. This is not federal money for COVID. This is out of Minnesotans' working families' pockets.
Lawmakers will return for session this week only to be greeted with a $7.7 billion surplus. A plump pile of cash, however, means a showdown between lawmakers over how to spend the money. Chairman Chris Brandt of the Republicans of Olmsted County says state GOP members want lower taxes.
Our lowest tax brackets are higher than the highest tax brackets of 15 other states. And we are one of only 13 states that tax Social Security benefits. So people who have worked their whole lives, paid taxes their whole lives, would like to retire. They're being taxed at some of the highest rates in the nation by this state.
However, Chairman of DFL Senate District 26, Mark Lebo, says a spending plan would better serve Minnesotans.
Lower income people could get bipartisan support, but frankly, in Minnesota, with the progressive tax system, the state taxes on lower income people aren't that high. And so they would be much better served rather than by cutting their taxes by having spending programs that help them.
A spending program such as the Early Child Mental Health Grant that was proposed by Governor Walz. Lebo says the programs do not stop with early education, but would also include those affected by the pandemic.
We're also interested in making sure that the average person, many of whom have been hurt by COVID in terms of their economics, have a way that the state uses some of that money to deal with it, whether it's applying to childcare, education, dealing with people who are unable to work because of long COVID or something like that.
However, Brandt says Republicans want to see investments made in the state's criminal justice system.
We want to stop letting people burn down our cities. We want to stop the carjackings in Minneapolis. And we want to have district attorneys that start doing their job and prosecuting criminals. And what would help a long way to do that is to actually support and fully fund our police.
So what is one thing both parties do agree on? It's that the money needs to be spent in Minnesotans' best interest. Lebo also tells me they hope an agreement can be made on frontline worker pay and says the legislature likely has 3 months to decide before the measure becomes unlikely. Jess?
All right. Thank you, Alec.